Rest assured that the Sheriff's Office is doing everything that we can to find who committed these crimes and to bring them to justice. I want to introduce some people here to my left. Got my Under Sheriff Ron Elgis, Under Sheriff Paul Howell, and the Douglas County District Attorney Mark Jackson. I'm going to read a statement and then I'll open it up for questions. We've had several incidents over the weekend. Some tragic boating accident in Topaz Lake, UTV accident in the Ranchos sand pits. So I'll also ask or answer any questions that you may have regarding those incidents. I think the main reason that most of us are here are the two homicides in the Gardnerville Ranchos area. So let me start with that. On or about January 10th, 2019, in the nighttime hours, an unknown suspect entered into a residence at 1439 James Road and killed Connie Kuntz, age 56. This case is classified as a homicide. On January 13th, in the nighttime hours, an unknown suspect entered a residence located at 943 Dresserville Road and killed Sophia Renken, age 74. This case is also classified as a homicide. At this stage in the investigation, we believe there is a strong possibility that the same suspect committed both crimes. Similarities in the way the suspect entered the home, the age and gender of the victims, and the fact that they lived alone or appeared to live alone, and that they both occurred in the same general area, in the same close neighborhoods close to each other. There are many details that I cannot and will not disclose due to the nature of the active investigation. So this time I'll entertain any questions.
Sure. Any relation for Mrs. Kuntz?
Relation to the other victim?
No, to the...
No, there is not.
Okay.
No, there is not.
Are you able to share any information about how they entered the homes? Is it breaking doors, breaking windows, or do you believe it's just unlocked doors that they're able to access through?
It doesn't appear that they forced entry into the residence.
Sir, can you share anything about the incident last night? There was evidently a chase that led to a foot chase through the Rancho area and up towards Johnson Lane.
So at this time, we don't believe that that incident is related to these homicides. That pursuit generated on the Washoe Indian Colony in Dresserville. Their officers were attempting to serve a warrant on an individual. He fled after injuring one of their officers, and we were part of that chase and ended up catching him. So it doesn't look like that's related.
Thank you.
Two questions. Does it look like, are they taking anything according to, it might be a burglary? Has anything been missing from the homes? And are they knocking at the door and they're answering it and they're getting their head blown off?
So there are items that have been taken. I'm not going to go into the specifics of what they were. It does not appear that they're ringing the doorbell and then shooting the victim as they answer the door. It looks like they're inside and then confronting the victim.
Do you have any ideas about the motive?
No. None, and that's one of the things that's the scariest is that there doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason why this is occurring.
Do you have any idea if it's one or multiple persons committing these crimes?
We don't know at this time.
Are there any descriptions of a suspect?
None.
Both these women were, or how did they die? Was it from shooting, stabbings, what?
So those details I'm not going to get into due to the nature that would possibly mess up our investigation. So I don't want to get into those specifics at this time.
Can you share, or if there is any truth to the fact that they both worked at Walmart?
Connie worked at Walmart, the other victim did not.
Did not.
Were you guys working on any active leads or?
We are pursuing, first of all, let me back up. One of the things that we've done is we invited the FBI to assist us, and they came down. Their forensic team helped us process the second scene on Gardnerville. All of the forensic evidence that we have obtained from both scenes are being processed as we speak. Those will generate leads once we get some of the information back on that. So we're following up on all of the physical forensic evidence that we've recovered, and then also some other leads, which I can't go into the details. So yes, we are following up on some leads.
Do you guys think he's there, or whoever's in the community, and like for people that are alone, women, do you guys recommend us to do so we're not shaking in our shoes and scared to death?
I don't know who this is. If we did, we'd have him in custody. One thing that I want to stress to the citizens of Douglas County is our main priority is the safety and security of the residents of Douglas County. We have significantly increased our patrol presence on all 3 shifts throughout the county. We've brought in additional resources, mainly the FBI out of Reno, and all of their capabilities that the FBI has that can bring to bear to help us. We're using Safe Street Task Force members, which is a task force with the FBI that local law enforcement agencies participate in. We're doing everything that we can think of to figure out who is responsible for this. I would encourage all of the residents to be vigilant, pay attention to what's going on. You know who should and should not be in your neighborhoods. If you see anything that is suspicious or sticks out or doesn't fit, then call us. One thing, there's been a little confusion with how to get a hold of the sheriff's office. The best way is to call 911. That's how you're going to get the most immediate and quickest response. If you call down to the sheriff's office after hours, there's no one in up front at administration answering the phones like there is from 8 to 5. So you're just going to have to leave a message, and that will delay our looking into whatever information you may have. So please call dispatch, call 911, and we will send a deputy out to follow up and to do what we can. But pay attention to what's going on. Lock your homes. Lock your house when you go to bed at night. Lock your house when you leave to go to work. When you're not there, lock your home. Lock your cars. Just pay attention.
And leave them basically locked 24/7 at this point?
I would. My mother lives in the county, and she is a widower and lives by herself. And I called her yesterday and told her to lock her house, and she's pretty good about that anyways. But you know, and check on your neighbors that are living alone or family members that live by themselves. You know, keep in contact with them.
These victims, do you think that they were targeted, or was it just random? Like this person was following them for a while, or they just saw the house looked easy to come into?
We don't know. There's the possibilities are endless. It does appear, based on the age and gender of both victims, that there's some the possibility exists that they specifically identified these 2 ladies because they thought they lived alone. So I think that's a fair possibility.
What about surveillance footage? Are you guys reaching out to neighbors in the area to see if they have any security cameras on their house?
If So in each case, the neighborhoods have been extensively canvassed to see what information they may have seen or heard, and then also to inquire if they have any video surveillance on their homes that we would be able to access and look at. So all those types of things have been done.
What's your message to people in the community? Say if they get a knock on their door during the day or in the evening, what are they supposed to do? Not answer the door at this point?
Well, I think that the message would be the same anytime. If you're expecting somebody, then you are just that, you're expecting someone. So if you have a friend or something that you know is coming over, and so that changes things. If you get a knock on your door late at night when no one is supposed to be, or you're not expecting a visitor, and you are afraid to go to the door, then call us, and we'll come to your door and make sure that the person that's there is supposed to be. I don't believe that this person or persons are knocking on the door. I don't think that that's how they're doing it. But if anyone feels unsafe or scared because of someone that's at their front door, anytime, day or night, then call us, and we will come and help you and verify with you that that person should be there.
Aside from the FBI, are there any other agencies that are working with you on the case?
The Washoe County Medical Examiner's Office, both the victims were sent to them for examination. Other than them, no. But we will not hesitate to reach out to anyone for help. We've been offered assistance from most of our neighboring agencies, which we greatly appreciate.
You go.
Okay. Sheriff, there was some concern about school safety posted on some social media. Can you address that, please?
So that was a precautionary measure taken by the school district. So we have 3 SRO, school resource officers in the county that cover our schools. And what those officers did was to start a little earlier this morning and patrol the area, primarily in the ranchos where the kids are catching the buses and stuff. At this time, we have no reason to think that the schools are a target or unsafe or anything like that. That's just a precautionary measure to make people feel safe.
Sheriff, these 2 incidents were relatively close to each other, within a mile, 2?
Yes.
Okay.
How many tips have you gotten at this point from the public, and what are you doing with those leads?
The exact number of tips, I have no idea. I know that they're probably in the hundreds. We're following up on each and every one of those as they come in. One thing that I would like to mention is that the Sheriff's Office, through our secret witness program, is going to offer a $10,000 reward to the capture and prosecution of someone, and I believe that there's some groups within the community that will probably increase that. So any information that you feel you may have or get, please contact our investigations division. The number for that is at 782-9905. Forward all of your, well, they'll know what to do with them, so just call investigations and you can give them any information you have.
Does it appear that that the women were murdered as the intention of going into the home and then there was a theft, or were they breaking and entering and the women were murdered because they found the...
That's really hard to tell at this point. That's one of the unknowns. So the exact order of events is hard to tell.
Sure. 2 questions. One, does it appear that this individual has a specific or even relatively close time frame in which he's making these attacks? And second, do we have any ideas of how he's getting around?
The first incident on James Road, we felt was just an isolated incident. One of those things that, just a tragic event that just happened. Not until yesterday when we got the case on Dresserville and started putting things together did we realize or feel that they were possibly linked. And so the time frame, the similarities that I've already spoken to, that's what has us concerned. And so moving forward, that's why we've increased our patrol level. We've brought in the FBI. It's because we are worried that they were connected like we believe that they possibly were, and we want to prevent another one from occurring.
So as of right now, there's nothing saying that this person is attacking on a specific day or night?
No, nothing like that.
I was going to go by his second question there about how do you guys think this guy's getting around? Is he a walker? Is he a drive? Is he getting in a car and taking off? And
I think that any mode of transportation is a possibility at this point. He could be walking, riding a bike, in a car. He could be doing it a number of ways.
When someone kills two people in the course of several days, it sounds to me like there's psychologically something going on, something has happened to their psyche, that maybe they've harmed people in the past and never been caught, but because of the proximity, it would mean to me that perhaps, they would be striking again. And what are your feelings about that?
I think that anything is possible. I definitely think that may be possible in this instance. One of the things why we invited the FBI to come down is to utilize their behavioral analysis unit. And so we will give them all of our information. They will send that back to Quantico, to those men and women that are in that unit, and they will work up a profile for us who this may possibly be, so to help us to identify. But definitely I would say that they've got some mental problems.
Is it the opinion of the sheriff's office that this could be the work of a serial killer?
I'm not going to say that at this time. I mean, they're similar, and we think that it's possible that it's the same person, but we don't know that for a fact. And so to say that, I think, would be premature and not wise at this point. So no, we're not saying that.
How certain are you this is a man?
I'm not. Just based on my experience in law enforcement, men typically commit these types of crimes, but it very well could be a woman. It could be anybody.
Have you gone through anything similar to this in your career?
No, I haven't, and I don't think that Douglas County has. So yeah, no, which is why we're here today. So I'll take 2 more questions and then we'll wrap this up.
How are you made aware of these cases? Is somebody a family member, or how did you know something happened?
The first incident on James Road, Connie lived with her mother, who was kind of an invalid and had some serious health problems. And so in the morning, her mom found her. The second incident was called in by a friend who had a prearranged activity with Sophia, and she never called or showed up, and so they went over